clouds. Dark clouds are gathering as markets shudder. Stocks are sinking. Currencies are stumbling. Fear and uncertainty is reigning. And the Middle East and in the Ukraine and Taiwan, the debt is endless. Yet one asset stands firm: gold. It is a biblical currency. In crisis after crisis, gold is there, in the background, always there. Its enduring value guards against loss, like a missile shield against incoming. While paper wealth burns, gold persists. Shield your savings against the looming threats of war, recession, contagion, and avoid the frenzy panic of the unprepared. Take control in the chaos. Your fortune favors decisive action. Get a hold of gold now before it's out of reach. Go right now to noblegoldinvestment.com or just simply go to the link below, www.pastorpaulgold.com. That's www.pastorpaulgold.com, or call them at 877-646-5347. You'll be glad you did.
On Monday morning, the Vatican announced that Pope Francis has postponed a series of meetings due to lung inflammation and breathing difficulties. Matteo Bruni, the director of the Vatican press office, stated in an email that a CT scan ruled out pneumonia and doctors inserted a cannula to administer antibiotics. It was noted that the Pope had lost part of a lung around 50 years ago following an illness. As the first pope from the Americas, Francis, who turns 87 years old next month, has faced health challenges for years, leading to the cancellation of numerous engagements and his occasional appearance in public in a wheelchair, NBC News reported. However, Bruni emphasizes in the statement, quote, "The Pope's condition is good and stable. He has no fever, and his respiratory situation is clearly improving." The Vatican had previously mentioned on Saturday that the cancellation of the Pope's audience was due to a, quote, "mild flu." Over the weekend in Vermont, 3 college students of Palestinian descent were seriously injured in a close-range shooting on a city street during a walk. The incident, currently under investigation as a potential hate crime, involved Jason Eaton, 48 years old, who appeared in court via video on Monday. He faces 3 counts of attempted murder, with a not guilty plea entered on his behalf, and he's been ordered held without bail. The United States Department of Justice, in collaboration with Vermont authorities, is exploring whether the shooting, which occurred during an uptick in threats against Jewish, Muslim, and Arab communities in the wake of the Israel-Hamas conflict, qualifies as a hate crime. This is according to Attorney General Merrick Garland. The victims, all 20 years old, were on Thanksgiving break in Burlington and out for a walk when they were confronted by a white man armed with a handgun, the Associated Press is reporting. During a news conference, Sarah George, the state's attorney, stated that as of now, law enforcement lacks the evidence necessary to substantiate a hate crime charge, emphasizing that, according to Vermont law, such charges must be proven beyond a reasonable doubt. However, she underscored, quote, "I want to be clear that there is no question that this was a hateful act." On Monday, the U.S. Navy announced the successful extraction of almost all the fuel from a sizable aircraft that exceeded the runway in Hawaii, ultimately landing in a bay with environmental sensitivity. However, there is currently no set schedule for the removal of the aircraft from the water, as stated by Rear Admiral Kevin Lennox, who reported approximately 2,000 gallons of fuel on board the P-8A. Quote, "The team extracted all the fuel that they could get out of those tanks. This process was completed successfully without any fuel being released into the bay," Lennox said at a news conference. No injuries were reported among the 9 individuals aboard when the aircraft landed on November 20th in shallow waters just off Marine Corps Bay, Hawaii at Pkwy Bay, approximately 10 miles from Honolulu. Commander Mark Anderson, heading the Navy's Mobile Diving and Salvage Unit at the site, noted that the plane is situated on a mix of coral and sand, with the left engine resting on coral. Due to the tide, the plane slightly rises, alleviating the full weight on the coral, the Associated Press reported. Kaneohe Bay, known for its coral reefs, an ancient Hawaiian fish pond, and as a breeding ground for hammerhead sharks, may have experienced minor damage to the coral, though Commander Anderson indicated that there weren't significant chunks missing. Currently, the primary focus is on stabilizing the plane and formulating a plan for its relocation. Once the plane is removed, state environmental officials anticipate conducting a damage assessment.